let's start off strong. We can start talk about the power scaling and everything in the anime community, anime debates.
Yo, all I want to say real quick about that is when I got on TikTok, I was just kind of doing it for fun. I didn't think people took power scaling that seriously until I met the pixel scalers and people of that nature. It's insane how much hate I got at the beginning when I first got on TikTok. It was
It was awful, bro. Because I would be over there, and I mean, don't get me wrong. If you want to scale your way, and everything. But they are so quick to throw out the name Goku Tard, Naru Tard, all types of tards, and then they're so quick to call you a clown because you don't agree with them. When at the end of the day, neither one of us made the show.
right. Yeah. So, do you have any experience with like people highballing and acting crazy over like Goku and stuff like that?
Oh, I have a lot of that, but I think that all just kind of goes into a point that I was going to make later, which is the people who kind of get way too invested in the show and take things way too seriously. Like, dude, it's a show. You can be hype about it. You can be excited, but like as soon as you start looking down on somebody else because of it, then you've got a problem that isn't related to that show. You know what I mean? And it's just people who put their entire identities into it. And if you say anything bad about their character, they're going to take that as a personal attack. And like, that's where I think that kind of toxicity comes from,
Yeah.
Do you think it's like older people like our age, or do you think it's coming from like the younger, like newer anime fans? Because like when I talk to like, it's weird. It's weird with the younger people, they lose their mind. Like the older ones, we're just kind of like chilling, just having a normal conversation. I don't know.
Oh yeah, but look back at like I don't know if you were an anime fan back in high school, but the same thing would happen. It's just I feel as people age, they become a little more, or more often I should say, they become a little bit more aware of, hey, it's just a show. Let people enjoy what they enjoy, and I'll enjoy what I enjoy. It ain't worth getting into a fight over. But like, I think it's just been a perpetual part of the community. And with the rise of social media, it's just more evident than ever. By the way, DeMarcus, I understand that you do debates on your channel. What would you say has led to the most toxicity out of all the debates you've done?
Oh, it would either be my Goku versus Superman or the three-way one that I did where it was Saitama, Goku, and Superman, and who would win in that fight.
Oh,
It was awful, bro.
That sounds like it would bring out the worst of the community to me.
you set yourself
So-
up for that. That was your
and
decision.
the thing is, I was ready for the smoke. I think even in the little comment of that video, I said I'm ready for all the hate I'm getting in this video. The thing is, if you look on my TikTok in one of my early videos, it has a picture of Saitama blocking a punch from Superman and blocking a kick from Goku. And Goku's in Super Saiyan Blue. Superman is just Superman. And I'm sitting here, and the first thing I say is, for all you One Punch Man fans, this would never happen because Saitama's not just blocking a punch from Superman, and he's not just blocking a kick from Goku. Those things just don't happen. I don't care what you say. You can pull out all the power and everything you want, and that's just what I said because I base things usually off feats, and they lit into me talking about all types of things like Saitama has unlimited potential, all types of stuff. I didn't care personally.
Yeah, like the thing is that even if Saitama could, even if he could do that kind of a thing, we haven't seen anything to back that up. Like, I can't say for sure he couldn't, but I can sure say we don't know that he can. We have nothing for that.
It's insane. I do think it's some people are just trolling. That's what I honestly feel like. I don't think people actually hold these beliefs. There's no way that's the truth. I don't know.
Like the whole Natsu and Bakugo video that I made recently, and you were like, there's no way people actually believe this. But the thing is, there are people who genuinely believe that. And I was just sitting here like, either they don't watch Fairy Tail, or they do and it's delusional. It's one of the two.
No, one of my friends personally believes that Luffy could beat up Goku. So, like, just letting you know, there are these people out there.
I cannot, like, because I get a lot of trolls on my page, so that's when I do like debate videos that I know are jokes. So when people come back to me, it's like, why would you even do this video? You know, it's stupid. I'm like, yeah, people are trolling, but in the comment section, people are busting out like beats or like scaling that makes no sense. So part of me is kind of like, yeah, these people are not trolling, but then at the same time, it's like, no, they're actually bringing like this person jumped 300 feet in like 2 seconds per this panel. It's insane. The community is insane, and I can't even right.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why whenever I do debate videos, I always state that when I do these videos, I base it off feats and statements that happen. And when you base it off statements, you got to be very clear to not take all statements in anime to heart. Just because in the anime or in the manga it says this ability will be able to destroy the world doesn't necessarily mean that it will actually destroy the world. You got to look
You're
like
talking about Whitebeard.
if he uses that ability and the world doesn't get destroyed, I mean, where's your argument then?
You're talking about Whitebeard, aren't you?
I was talking about Whitebeard when I made that Whitebeard video, but there was another one. I forget who I was talking about in the video, but somebody had compared somebody to Whitebeard or something like that, and I was just sitting there like, okay, that doesn't necessarily mean that's the case.
Yeah, I almost
Yeah, and it's also like, come on, take Pokédex entries for example. If you took those things seriously, like Gardevoir could destroy the planet. Come on, guys. It's not
Exactly. Like people don't realize that some of these Pokedex entries are literally stating that a lot of these Pokemon can literally blow up cities, mountains, everything, and it could be a small Pokemon. It could be a freaking Pikachu.
So, like, just take that to other anime, for example, and ask yourself, all right, can this character really destroy the world, or is this like saying Magikarp can blow up a mountain?
Well, like the crazy thing, like kind of going back to Whitebeard, like in the manga, they said he has the power to like destroy the world, but like you said, he never destroyed the world. So in one of my earlier videos, I did like Whitebeard versus Escanor or something. And then that's when I got that Whitebeard is like star level or like multi-universal. I'm sitting here as like, what are you people talking about?
I can't imagine One Piece going anywhere near that power level. Now, I'm only like 160, 180 episodes in, but Christ.
Dude, I can't even start to even explain what was going on at that time. Like, I think my video only had probably like 20 likes at the time, but I had over like 1,000 comments of people calling me an idiot because Whitebeard is like star level or like black hole or whatever. I don't know what these people are saying.
Yeah. Let me give you an example. So, in the initial video that I made, I was doing Grateful Buster from Fairy Tail, comparing him to Kuzan, which is the Ice Admiral from One Piece. And when I was doing that video and everything, they were talking about how the admirals are equivalent to the Yonkos and everything like that, which I still don't believe to this day, because it takes about 2 of them to beat 1 Yonko. And they ended up talking about Whitebeard and everything. And their justification for saying that Whitebeard is planetary, besides the panel where he states that he can destroy the world, was the fact that the one, because he was saying that Whitebeard was at least like star level solar system, some junk like that. His statement was that the One Piece world was stated to be, I think, 2 times bigger than our world. So he was bringing real life calculations into an anime, which is something I get tired of because you can't use real life logic in an anime.
Yeah, the laws of physics are the laws of physics of that world, not of ours, guys.
I mean, like, I kind of understand it, but at the same time, I kind of don't. Because what the people told me, this is when I stopped doing debates at this point. I mean, I'm doing it again now because people like me making jokes and stuff, so I make jokes on my page. But they were like, if you take the One Piece world and put it in like the same space as the Naruto universe, then that the One Piece planet would be like 3 times or 2 times bigger than that planet or something. And still, it doesn't make sense.
What I was telling them is, even if that logic was the case, it doesn't necessarily. What you're doing when you make that comparison and everything is you wind up buffing the character significantly more than what they actually are by combining two different physics like that. Because let's say a mountain in One Piece is 5 times bigger than a mountain in the real world or some junk like that, and Whitebeard destroys that mountain. What are you going to do? Call him multi-continental because he destroyed a mountain in his world? If it's in his world and he destroyed a mountain and that was the max capability that he had.
And like, I think the big thing that gets lost in a lot of those debates is those are things for fun, and people just like take it too seriously and start like pulling out, just slurs at people. It's absurd.
And that's when because I thought, honestly, I downloaded TikTok on the whim. So when I started like talking to people, I thought these were like, adults or something. I don't know why I thought most of the people were adults. But I was going back and forth with one guy. Then I went on his page. I said, oh no, this is a child. I cannot have this conversation with this person.
The same exact thing happened to me. Like, I see the comments and everything of somebody disagreeing and everything. At first, what I want to do is educate them just on my point, because it's entirely possible that I could be wrong. But my first instinct isn't to look at their page.
Yeah.
So there was a video that I made about Goku versus Flash, and I was talking about how Flash was faster than Goku. And the kid was like, no, Goku has instant transmission and everything. And I kept saying Flash has outran death. He's outran instant teleportation. Yeah, and I was just sitting there like, okay, so what's going on? Either you're a child who's never watched something, and then I go on his page and he's actually a child. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm deleting all these videos. I deleted all of them.
Yeah, like I took a couple of days off. I said, I don't need this type of energy. But now that, I got like more of a following and stuff, and people know I just make videos for like fun and jokes and stuff, it's more chill. But when I first started like doing debates, it was pure like answer. Like that's the best way to put it. It was sick. It was sick. But yeah, it's chaos, man. I don't even know how to describe our process, man.
Yeah, I don't even know. They bring their calculations or their justifications and everything, but my whole thing is when it comes to like a debate and everything, like when I first had this little slight back and forth with you, bro, about Todoroki versus Zuko, we completely disagreed and everything, but it's not like either one of us is sitting there calling each other like an idiot or anything like that. We were just chill about it. That's how debates should be.
Right. Though I would say that our little debate that we had caused so many videos of people attacking me.
Dude, the same thing happened to me, except instead of videos, more of comments.
Yo, I got videos, comments. It was like, what is going on? Like, I did get insulted because of the whole Todoroki versus Zuko thing, and it's okay, but I did think it was funny because I'm standing by.
But you know what? I personally, when it comes to that, because what I want to do is, because we could talk about the whole debate thing all day long, but personally, when it comes to that, I think that's mostly because of the My Hero fandom.
Yeah,
the My Hero fandom has gotten so bad. It's just unbelievable. It's gotten terrible.
Yeah, like, because I got into the fandom like really early on, like when the manga chapters first started being translated into English. So like I've been with it since the beginning, and it wasn't that bad at the beginning, but now the stuff that some of these people are doing is just intense.
Yeah, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I got a couple friends who do cosplays, and they might do 18 plus cosplays and everything, but all my friends are grown people,
right,
and everything, and they cosplay grown people. So there's none of that issue. But then you see a whole bunch of people or a whole bunch of minors doing these things, doing these adult situations and all types of things like that. And I'm just sitting here like, hey, you're still a kid. Like, and then they want to sit there and defend. Not only that, they're throwing the words pedo out there. They do all types of stuff. And I'm sitting here like, no, y'all need to calm down. Y'all are literally becoming some of the worst, like one of the worst fandoms I've ever seen in my life. And you're all doing it very, very quickly. Like, I don't mind cringy stuff. My Hero has a bunch of cringy stuff in the fandom, but you are attacking people. I mean, they send death threats after death threats. A couple of my friends have gotten death threats from people in the My Hero fandom just because they don't agree, and that's just not cool.
I think, like, the adult stuff partly comes from. I say part of it is like fan art. I ain't saying like fan art is the reason, but I know like a lot of adult fan art came out of it, and then like, and that's with every anime, mind you, that's with everything. But then TikTok, there's a lot of cosplayers that do adult stuff, and I think that's their right. But some people don't think they should do that, and it's I don't know why it's so much gatekeeping on TikTok. Because I used to be on YouTube and stuff. It didn't seem like it was that much like gatekeeping in the community until I got on TikTok. That's when people are like trying to control, like, hey, you can't cosplay this character because it's weird. I don't know.
And the thing is, over half the people who say stuff like that, if I'm being honest, they are children. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm some crazy old person. I'm only 22 and everything like that.
Right.
But I've watched anime for over 10 years. I first watched anime when I was 8 or 9 years old. And I mean, sure, there was like gatekeeping back then and everything, but they're forgetting that there was a time where we would get bullied for this in school. And all we wanted was to be accepted by like the community, the world, and everything in general. So when I sit here and everything, and I see all these people, all these children especially, trying to gatekeep and everything, I'm sitting here like, are y'all forgetting that we're trying to normalize this? Like, that's what we're trying to do. And y'all sitting there gatekeeping, telling somebody they can't cosplay something, or they can't do something, or they're not a real anime fan. I'm just sitting there like, until you've watched anime as many times as I have, or until you go and sit here and tell me that you watched more than just a shonen anime or more than just the big three, I don't want to hear it from y'all.
And like, I kind of have a point on that as well, with the gatekeeping going on, and it's like so many people are just saying things like anime was better when you had to like pirate it from a Japanese source and like translate it yourself, and it's like, what the hell are you talking about? It's on Netflix now. You can sit down and just enjoy your show and go about your life. And just people trying to say stuff like that because they don't like the community. And it's like, no, look, the parts of the community you don't like are partially there because people like you are taking part in that community.
It is different now because people are coming up and they have like these type of communities, whereas me, I never knew it was such a thing until recently.
One more thing I wanted to say to Marcus, which was, like, I actually don't think the thing on Until You've Seen More, because like, I feel that itself is a form of gatekeeping. Like, you don't deserve to be, kind of part of the conversation until you've seen a lot. But like, there's like this tension between, hardcore anime fans who will watch absolutely nothing but anime. Not saying I'm guilty, but my hand is in fact in the air. And like just casual fans who like maybe have seen one or two and are open to see more. And it's like, guys, that tension, it doesn't need to exist. People enjoy things. Let people enjoy things,
Yeah, I feel you on that. And I wasn't trying to be like a gatekeeping in a sense, because I feel where you're coming from. I was just like stating like all these kids and everything who like send hate and everything, these young kids who've probably only seen like maybe the big three, or maybe only watched stuff like My Hero and everything, and they claim to be anime fans, or they claim to be so in touch when it comes to anime and everything. I was just stating that like, when you've watched anime, when you've gone through like the bullying and everything, you want everything to be accepted. You want acceptance in the community. And when you see people who are new to anime putting their opinion, and their opinion is nothing but hate, you kind of want to speak up against that, and you kind of want to like let them know, hey, this ain't cool.
Yeah, I was just trying to get a little bit more clarification from that to prevent some of that hate from coming from that comment,
Yeah, I got you.
But what do you call it? There's also like, have you guys noticed the tension between like older anime fans from I'm assuming all of our generation, where it was more like, hey, here's the list of the greats you have to watch, like you got to watch Death Note, you've got to watch this, you've got to watch that. And, it's just the list of, hey, these are the really good ones that everyone's going to talk about. And now in the kind of newer seasonal release schedule, it's more all about just, what's newer. And like, if you try and get some of those, old guard anime fans in, talking with the new guys, it just kind of devolves really quickly.
I would say
Yeah.
the community it like segregates itself for no reason. Like my friend, he like bashes me because I don't watch or I haven't watched a lot of the '90s like shows and stuff, but I've kept up with each season since like 2012. And I've went back a little bit and I watched some of the older shows. Like Akira is my first like anime I ever like watched. You know, that was like what, 89 or something. But since I watched like Cowboy Bebop, like I watched a couple episodes, never finished it. Uh there's a lot of the older shows like Yu Yu Hakusho. I get called like you're not really an anime fan because you ain't watched these shows. I'm like, I don't understand that that thought process, but
Yeah, I never understood that concept because the whole "you're not a real anime fan." I mean, what about the people who don't like a lot of action-based anime? What about the people who only like romance animes, or the ones that only like detective or suspense type animes? Like, you can't sit there and be like, "Hey, you're not a real anime fan unless you watch this." And it happens so much in the anime community that it's just ridiculous. Like, don't get me wrong, the first anime that I watched, if I'm not mistaken, was Inuyasha, and that was one I watched like in full, and I loved it. And after that, it was somewhere around the lines of Full Metal Alchemist, and then I watched DBZ and then Naruto. And ever since then, I mostly watched newer type animes, or at least early 2000, maybe 90s animes. But I did always go back and watch the older ones because I wanted to see, me personally, where